Okay, today I'm going to give you the overview of the Selenium training, what we are going to discuss in the sessions. Okay,
Okay.
so before learning any tool, we should answer ourselves for two questions. Okay, either tool or
Yeah.
technology. Before learning it, we need to answer for these. One is what is that? Second is why we are going to learn that. Okay,
Okay.
so in this demo class, I will try to cover those. First one is what is Selenium? So if someone asks you what is Selenium, what will you tell? Do you have any idea about Selenium?
Selenium is an automation tool for
Yeah.
the to automate the test scripts.
Yeah.
So it
So
is just a tool. Like
yeah, small addition. In automation, there are many types. Like web automation is there, backend automation is there. Like that, so many kinds of automation is there. Selenium is a web automation tool. Web means browser. On top of the browser, what you are manually doing, you can do it through Selenium in an automated manner. Okay.
so it will automate only on the web application.
Only on web, only on web. It doesn't automate anything which is uh, which is not done on top of a browser. Okay.
So whatever in the testing side, whatever like whatever the product, it will be on. It should be in the only website only,
Only
right?
website.
Whenever.
Yeah, you're right. So if you are dealing with browsers, if you wanna do the same through Selenium, if you wanna do through automation, then you can choose Selenium as a tool. Okay.
Okay.
So that is Selenium. Now, why is Selenium so important nowadays? Okay.
Okay.
Is Selenium only tool available in the market for doing web automation? No,
No, I think
absolutely no.
it's
Yeah, there are
also.
so many other tools.
Yes.
Yeah, there
But
are.
this is the
You
open
tell me.
source tool, it's a free tool.
Come again, I didn't get you.
This is a free tool, right?
Yeah, you have one
We
point.
can get
Yeah,
it.
yeah. There are so many tools like QTP, Telric, and so many tools are there to do web automation. Then why people are preferring Selenium means first point is it's a open source. Okay, it's a free tool. There is no need to pay even single penny to use to consume this tool. That is the main advantage of it. That's why many of the startup companies are looking for it. Okay. That is the one of the advantage of Selenium, but that is not the only thing why people are considering Selenium. Okay.
Okay.
In QTP and Telric, these are all paid tools. You need to buy licenses for them. So when you compare with those tools, it is preferable one because it is a open source. That is first point. Second thing is we need to understand why many people are looking towards web automation. Forget about Selenium. Why people are looking for automation, that we will discuss first. If you are a manual tester, let's assume that we are going to release Facebook tomorrow. Okay, Facebook is our product. Okay,
Okay.
so before releasing that into market, I need to validate all the features of the Facebook, right?
Yes.
So features means if I log in into the Facebook application, if I share some status on my wall, based on my privacy settings, it could be displayed only to my friends. It cannot be displayed for others. So if I wanna test it, what I supposed to do? I need to log in into my Facebook account. I need to post some status onto my wall. I need to log in with my friends' credentials. Then it has to be displayed. If I log in with others' credentials, then it shouldn't be displayed. So like that I can write a test script, right? I can write a test case, right?
Yes. Repeated test cases, like regression test cases, we can automate.
Yeah, that's right. So we can write that we can write the test script or test. We can develop the test case in that way. So if someone asks me to manually do that, what will I do? I will just open the browser. I will enter my credentials and I will do blah blah blah. Then at the end I will validate whether it is working as expected or not. Based on that, I will make the test case as passed or failed, right?
Yes. Yes.
But if I check the functionality in Chrome, can I say that it will work in Firefox?
No, we have to check the
Yeah,
browser compatibility.
yeah. You are right. So from browser to browser, script engines will change, styles will change. So you need to validate the same functionality again on Firefox if you want to certify it on Firefox. If I ask you to test it on IE, then again you need to do that. If my company, if my website is supported on 4 browsers, IE, Chrome, Firefox, Safari, I need to run the same test case in 4 combinations. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now let's take operating systems. If I validate a test case on Windows OS with Chrome browser, I cannot say that it will work in Linux Chrome browser, because from OS to OS the browsers will behave differently because their installations they will do with different software, right?
Yes.
So again you need to validate it in Windows Chrome combination and Linux Chrome combination. So if I bring 3 operating systems, 4 browsers, and again one more headache is there. Few people will support 32-bit version and few people will support 64-bit version. So based on the versions also, few more combinations will be added. So if you consider all these bit combinations, operating system combinations, browser combinations, no, you need to run the same test case at least in 10 to 15 combinations.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we need lot of manual efforts, right, to complete that, and it takes so much time. You cannot, you don't have that much time before releasing the product. If you wanna test, so for a product there are thousands of test cases. If I wanna run it in several combinations, no, the time is not enough for me to finish the
Test the product.
validation within 1 or 2 days, right?
Yes.
So because of all these reasons, people are looking towards automation.
So what exactly we do, like mostly automation, like is it sanity testing, only regression testing, like functionality testing? Which one we?
Any kind of testing you can automate. Okay, it up to that company. Managers will take the call, right? Based on the priorities they will do automation. Okay, but whatever you are manually doing you can definitely automate. Okay.
So do they tell you have to do this functionality automation? Can we automate? We have to automate the scripts. Do
Yeah,
we
yeah.
tell you this
Every
stuff?
sprint they will give the backlog to us from the manual testers. So manual testers will prepare at least. These are the annoying tasks we are repeatedly doing in our sprint. So that will be a backlog for the automation teams.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll discuss all these things later. Okay. How will it go in real time? I will explain it to you later. Okay.
Yes.
So see this.
But
Uh,
okay, hold on one second. Hold on
yeah.
one second. Mahesh, Mahesh, కిందకి పేపర్ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ తెచ్చింది కదా అది ఆ పేపర్ అది ఏం ప్రాబ్లం ఉంటుంది సార్ అడుగు మనం అది మళ్ళీ మర్చిపోతుంది. సారీ సార్, యా ప్లీజ్ గో హెడ్.
Yeah. So uh, it is supporting all operating systems. The advantage of Selenium is, as I mentioned earlier, we need to cover the test case. We need to run the test case in several combinations, right? All those combinations can be supported by Selenium. If you run the script once, you can run it on Chrome, you can run it on Firefox, you can run it on IE. So it is supporting all popular browsers right now in the market. It is supporting all popular operating systems in the market. That is the main advantage of Selenium. That's why many people are looking towards it. It is supporting all popular browser combinations and all operating system combinations. Okay, that is the second point you need to note down. Okay.
Okay.
Third thing is, if you take QDB, you need to develop the test script in VB scripting. Okay. If you take Telerik, you need to write the script in C# language. So one particular language you need to learn to develop test scripts using that. But Selenium is not restricting the end user to learn one particular language. Okay, it is supporting 6 programming languages. It is supporting Java, it is supporting Ruby, it is supporting Python, it is supporting C Sharp, like that it is supporting many programming languages. If you are good at Java, then do programming with Java, automate the things. If you are good at C Sharp, go ahead with that. Like that it is supporting popular languages too. That's why
Okay.
many companies are preferring it because based on the skill set what they have in their team, they will go ahead with it, right? If I take Telric, I need to train all my resources on C Sharp, right? Because that is
Yes.
restricting us to do programming only with that language, but it is giving us 6 options. That is one more added advantage in Selenium. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So this is about what is Selenium and why is Selenium so important right now in the market. Okay. Now I will show you how automation will work. Okay. So take simple uh, test case. I'm validating just login functionality of a website.
Okay. Login and log out for the Gmail.
No, just login. Just login functionality. I want to validate for a website. What I supposed to do? I need to open that. So
And you need to open the browser and click. You need to type the URL,
yeah,
and it has to go to the website.
yeah.
And the cursor should prompt in the login screen. Sorry, in the login. That what is that? Like username,
Yeah,
and it should force us to ask the username.
yeah. So if I open Facebook, if I give wrong credentials, if I give some
It
wrong,
prompt the.
if you
It should
click on
alert
login
the
button, it will alert
incorrect.
me with this message, incorrect email address. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
If I give right credentials,
It should allow to the next page,
it should allow
and
me to the
you
home page. Okay?
home page. Yes.
So these are all the two test cases I can develop to validate this login functionality, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so one is positive scenario, second one is negative scenario.
Yes.
Now, if you analyze it in terms of action you are doing three manual actions. One is you are typing some text into the email field, you are typing some text into the password field, and you are clicking on the button. Okay?
Yeah.
If you do these three manual actions through a script, through a program, that is called automation. Okay?
Yeah.
So, how are you manually doing? How are you identifying the elements on the page? How did you identify this? How did I identify this element as email? By looking at the label, right? With my eyes, I will look
Yes.
at the label. Based on that, I will identify. But programs don't have eyes, right? They cannot see, right? Labels. So
Yeah. So the tool should have to check where is the
element is there should be some
element.
identification strategy, there should be some identification mechanism to identify, to pick that elements on the page. Okay,
Yes.
that we are going to learn in this course. To do the actions, every tool will provide some actions, some methods they will provide. If you call that method, then it will be performed. So automating things, simulating the manual actions, you just need to remember the methods or actions commands is giving to automate. Okay, there you need there is no need to apply the logic. Okay, we don't
Uh-huh.
we, we will apply our brains only in identifying the elements on the page. There are several ways. You can identify the element by ID, you can identify the element by name, you can identify the element by CSS, XPath. So there are several locator strategies by which you can identify the elements on the page. Those we are going to learn in this course. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the
Now, yeah, tell me.
tool should already.
Yeah. Now I
So
will, yeah, tell me.
what is the hierarchy? First, I have to know uh, what are the elements, and then I have to know.
And that
Um,
hierarchy I will explain. Give me a moment. Okay?
okay, okay,
So let me show you a small script. Okay, what will it do means it will open a Selenium website and it will type some text into it and it will verify for it will search for something. Okay.
Okay.
So I used to explain to my students like this. For each and every API I am going to explain, I will write examples and I will run that code line by line.
So basically, like, are you able to see my screen? Because when I'm practicing, నేను ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తున్నా ఎక్కడ తప్పు చేస్తున్నా అనేది మీకు కూడా
Yeah,
తెలుస్తుంది కదా,
sure, Andy.
అప్పుడు అలా నేను
I
కూడా.
used to do that in GoToMeeting. That's why we are preferring GoToMeeting. Okay, here there is an option called Change Presenter. If I make you as presenter, your screen will be visible to me, and I can take your keyboard and mouse. If my student gets
ఓకే.
any doubt, I will take control and I will fix the things on behalf of them. Okay, you don't worry about it.
ఇంకోటి ప్రాక్టీస్ ఎక్కువ చేయాలి కదా, అంటే లైక్ మోర్ ఆఫ్ ద ప్రాక్టీస్ అవుట్. ఫస్ట్ ఆటోమేషన్ స్క్రిప్ట్స్ బాగా రాయడం నేర్చుకోవాలి కదండి,
Yeah.
దెన్ ఫ్రేమ్ వర్క్ వరకు వెళ్ళాలి కదా.
Yeah. I will teach you all these things, Shailaja. You don't worry about it. Okay. So if you see this, it launched the browser. Okay. Some code we have written to launch the browser. That part we'll discuss later. But I will tell you some few commands in WebDriver. If you call get API, driver.get API, and if you give some URL, that URL will be opened into the browser. Okay. So like this we will discuss. See this. I didn't do anything. I called a command called driver.get and I gave some URL. That URL came into this browser, right?
Yes.
Like that. Then I am finding an element. If I want to type something into the search box, I need to identify that search box, right? So this is the
Yes.
command driver.find element. So driver always represents the page, always represents the web page. Whatever you want to do on top of the web page, there are commands, there are methods on top of that object. If you learn those methods, if you call those methods, then the action will be simulated. If you see this driver.find element by id equal to q. So it will identify the element whose id is equal to q on the page. Okay, how to implement this identification logic I will teach you in the sessions. Okay, so
ఇప్పుడు గెట్ డ్రైవర్ డాట్ గెట్ అని ఇప్పుడు ఒక యూఆర్ఎల్ ఓపెన్ చేయాలంటే డ్రైవర్ డాట్ గెట్ అని మీకు తెలిసింది. ఫ్రెషర్స్కి ఎలా, బిగినర్స్కి ఎలా తెలుస్తుందని అంటే అది
I will teach you one by one. I will teach you.
ఓకే.
So these are all things I will explain in the later sessions. Okay, in the demo class I am just telling you how Selenium is capable of automating things on the browser. Okay, you don't worry about it. Each API I will explain. All the API which are there in Selenium I will explain it to you. Okay.
ఓకే.
Yeah. So then SendKeys is an API to type some text into it like that for each and every action. If you see here in the select box, nothing is there, right? If I call this line, if I execute this line, send keys, see Shailaja is entered here, right?
Yes.
Like that. For each and every manual action you are doing, there are commands in Selenium that you need to learn. That's it. In this course, we will learn those. So there are so many things. Now I told you only two actions, right? How to open an URL in the browser, how to type some text into it. Like that you can click, you can double click, you can drag and drop, you can open alert boxes, you can open pop-up windows. Like that, there are so many things you can do on top of a browser. To do each and every action, there is an equivalent command in Selenium that you need to learn. Okay?
ఓకే.
Then
ఇప్పుడు ఈ డ్రైవర్ డాట్ గెట్ ఇదంతా సెలీనియం అండి, జావా
then the Selenium. So you are getting this API driver.get, everything you are getting through Selenium jar, which is added to this project. Okay.
ఇప్పుడు మొన్న ఒకసారి వీడియో చూసానండి, సెలీనియం ఇస్ ఏపీఐ అంటున్నారు, అంటే ఏంటండి?
API is nothing but method. In Java terminology, methods will be also called as API.
Okay.
API is nothing but a method. Okay, and I will now like this it will work. Okay, uh, so for
Okay.
each and every method we are covering no in this course, for each and every method we are covering in this course, I will show you the examples I have with me. I will share with my students. I will configure it on your machines. You can try with them. Okay, for each and every API I will give you an example. Okay,
Okay.
and let me go through the course content also. Most of my students came from manual testing background. They don't have any basics in Java. That's why it's my responsibility to make them comfortable with Java, right? So that's why in first 5 to 6 classes I will cover all these concepts. So these are all the concepts which are needed for Selenium automation. We are doing automation using Selenium through Java. That's why I will explain Java concepts within 5 to 6 classes, in first 5 to 6 classes. Okay? And
Okay.
JNet is there in my course content. JNet is nothing but, so you can automate the things on the web browser. After automating things, after completing the task, what will you do? You will accept, right, whether the corresponding text is coming or not. If you give wrong credentials and if you click on login button, an error message will be displayed, right, incorrect email address. That you need to check,
Yes.
right, whether the error message is coming or not. That validation you need to do, right?
అసలు యాక్చువల్లీ జెన్యున్ టెస్టింగ్ అంటే ఏంటండి నాకు తెలియదు.
That's what I am telling you. You need to validate, right? If you wanna validate, if you wanna assert it, you need JNet. Using JNet only you can validate it. Selenium, using Selenium you can automate the things on the browser.
యా జేఎన్యూ అంటే ఇట్స్ సపరేట్ టూల్ అలాంటిదే.
It's a yeah, it's like a separate technology, which is developed on top of Java. It will also available as a jar. Okay, if you add that jar, you can get few methods, asset dot asset equals, asset dot asset null, like that. You can use those methods for validations. Okay, apart from this, at the end of the test execution, your managers will ask you for reports, right? How many test cases you have executed, how many are passed, how many are failed. So those reports you need to generate, right? So using JUnit, you can validate the things on the page and you can generate these reports. How many test cases are executed, how many are passed, how many are failed. These kind of reports you can generate through JUnit. Okay, how it will generate, how we can use JUnit in our project, I will explain it to you later. Okay, yeah. And in Selenium there are versions. There is Selenium IDE, Selenium RC and Selenium WebDriver. No one is using Selenium IDE or Selenium RC right now.
వెబ్ డ్రైవర్ ఇస్
Yeah,
వర్కింగ్.
everyone is using Selenium WebDriver. They have their own limitations, that IDE and RC. That's why they moved to WebDriver. But I place Selenium IDE in my course content because it's a record and play tool. I told you, right, to automate things, you need to identify the elements on the page. So you need to implement identification logic by your own. If you are not in a position to implement by your own, you can take assistance from Selenium IDE. Since it is a record and play tool, whatever the action you are going to automate, you can record it first. From the tool, you can copy the identification logic and you can use it in your WebDriver program. Okay, that's why I will explain Selenium IDE to you also. Okay, 1 or 2 sessions I will take on Selenium IDE. Then we will go ahead with Selenium WebDriver. After finishing Selenium WebDriver, at the end, I will tell you challenges in hybrid framework development. Why I placed it in my course content is most of my students are willing to change their profile to automation. So they need to attend interviews, right? To crack that, definitely in the second round, many people will ask this question: what are all the real-time challenges you have faced in your experience? Okay. To answer that,
యా.
I placed most topmost challenges what I have faced in my real time. So automating drag and drops, uploading files, handling pop-up windows, these are tricky things. Okay. So how I will explain you how I managed, how I wrote code to handle these kind of things, I will explain in this course at the end. So it will be helpful to clear the interviews. Okay. Apart from it, on top of Java and Selenium, we can develop frameworks. We can develop keyword-driven, data-driven, hybrid frameworks. So what is the differences among them? How can we develop framework on top of it? That also I will explain at the end of the course. So this is my course content. So here I place learning driver API, learning web element API, right? These two will take more than 8 to 9 sessions, 8 to 9 classes I will take for this, because I will explain each and every method. API means methods only. So, uh,
Okay.
so on top of driver we have find element, we have get, right? So what does it mean by get method? Get method will be used to open an URL on the browser. Dot find element is an API to find elements on the page. Like that, each and every method I will explain the purpose with the examples. Like that it will go.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then do
yeah.
the
I
practice.
have recorded sessions. You can get it here. If you go to softwaretuitions.com, this is my,
Your website,
yeah, this is my
okay.
website. Test automation Selenium. This is the blog page for Selenium. In this, I have a category called online training. Here I have classes.
Okay.
For all the
So
classes I
whenever I
have.
want,
Yeah, but in
go in.
this you have Selenium RC classes also, because I recorded these sessions 1.5 year back. Okay, so at that
Okay.
time I used to do Selenium RC also, but now no one is looking for Selenium RC. But if you are interested, if you wanna learn Selenium RC also, you can go through these videos. Otherwise you can skip them.
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
So this is your website. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So apart from it,
How?
I placed interview questions also in my blog. If you go through it,
Okay.
I placed around 35 to 40 questions. This will be helpful to clear the first round. I told you, right? To clear the second round, I placed the challenges in my course content. To clear the first
Yes.
round, I placed all the interview questions here. So at the end of the course, if you go through these interview questions, that will be helpful for you to crack the interviews.
Okay.
Yeah,
I should be able to write the automation scripts thoroughly.
yeah,
And if they ask me to, I already there will be like existing frameworks. Just I have to know, I have to do the enhancements if they add some functionality or if they add something. I have to go and write and run it and make sure there is no bug with the with the new code, right?
yeah, yeah.
Is it easy to understand other frameworks? Like to go in there if they want me to involve in the framework
Yeah,
directly?
yeah, you can easily, because people will help you, right? The people who are around you, they will definitely help you.
No, but in India, everybody will help, I think. But in US, everybody will like
Anyway,
try take
you can easily get it if you are good at understanding things, if you are good at grasping things, that is very easy. If you finish the course, you can easily understand what they are doing. Do you have any other questions? Don't worry about how you can survive in the project. So you can ask these questions at the end of the course. Okay, if you have anything related to this
no,
demo, you
no,
can ask me now.
yeah. Then I'm worried like after learning, am I able to write the
Yeah,
automation script?
you can write, Shailaja. You can trust me. Yeah, I taught many people, right? If you, oh,
నాకు వచ్చేంత వరకు మీరు నేర్పాలండి.
yeah, yeah, you can go through my
That's not
students'
possible.
reviews. Here you can see the numbers of my whole student. You can call any one of them and you can ask how is the course. Okay, and you can go
Okay.
through the reviews also. So you can go through the reviews of my whole students. So they all are started with this doubt. Can they develop the test scripts at the end of the course or not? But now they are quite comfortable. Okay, they are replying me
Okay.
also after getting the jobs, after surviving in their projects. They are replying me, and they are conveying, they are telling
Okay.
thanks. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you can also learn it.
ఓకే. సో ఇప్పుడు ఇంకొక అమ్మాయి రెడీగా ఉందండి మరి?
Yeah, yeah. See, yeah.
ఇక్కడే అండి అమ్మాయి? హైదరాబాదేనా?
అమ్మాయి కాదనుకుండండి.